Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to another Build the Back to the Future DeLorean. This is issue number 18. We're going to be continuing building the engine. We've got the sides, the back, exhaust manifolds, and a couple of filters. So let's get to it. This is our kit for the week. It's been squished a little bit for some reason, but all the pieces seem to be fine. So sides, back, exhaust manifolds, filters, AP and DM screws. It's going to be pretty quick. We are attaching this to the bit of engine block and transmission that we have built already so far. Let's get started. Step 1 and 2 are to attach filters to the side of the engine. Take the AP and DM screws out here. Get a few AP screws ready. I'm going to use a bunch of these in this build, so I'm not going to go around counting them. Now, the sides of this, they're pretty similar. And these are the two side pieces. One of them has the spaces for the filters, one of them does not. It's pretty clear which is which. The screws that go all the way through it make it easy to attach those. So I start you off with the larger oil filter, just a black plastic oil filter. And it does have a peg on the back. I don't know how well you can see that, but there is a little bit of a peg on the back, so it does fit in and sort of hold itself in place a little bit, though it's still going to be some balancing to actually get the screw through it. It does at least keep it centered. But once again, we're talking about threading a screw into a round piece, so you don't exactly get a great place to hold on anywhere here. It is plastic, it's not too bad. It'd be a much worse experience trying to screw in a piece of metal here. But that's the oil filter attach. Next is the fuel filter. Same deal, a little bit smaller piece here, so it's going to be the same pain to actually attach it. Teeny tiny little fuel filter in gold. Get a screw ready here. There is a keyway on this filter to make it actually possible to do this, so that's nice. So it's not quite as bad as the oil filter. The oil filter is totally round. This has a keyway. So at least once you've got the screw tightened enough for the keyway to engage, yeah. And then no problem. So there we go, fuel filter and oil filter attached on the side. Following that up, we're going to be putting the exhaust manifolds on the two sides. Now again, very similar looking pieces, but the manual here helpfully points out that one of them has a hole in the side and one of them does not. So this one is no hole in the side, and the one we want must be there for this one, which does have a hole right in the middle. So that is going to go on facing away from the filters. And again, it has pins in the bottom, if we can get the camera to focus, and those help get the alignment right. Two AP screws hold this in. Now the sides again, the sides and the end piece of this engine are metal. All of these little bits going on are plastic, which is why they get the AP screws. Get one started. Back and lined up again. The other one started. Tighten them up. Okay, we got exhaust manifold started and our filters. Put that off to the side for a moment. Gonna get one more screw out of here. Do the same thing on the other side piece. And again, this has got to go on the right way. I don't know, could you actually screw it up and try to put it on the other way? Would it? Yeah, it's pretty obviously not fitting. The spacing's not the same somehow. Okay, so it definitely goes that way. You can't really screw it up. There's not like a lot of landmarks on this piece, but the picture does show you some to kind of clue you in. Hang on, we gotta figure out what's going on with this piece. Ah, there's some burr in it. There's a little bit of burr in the hole, so I couldn't make the screw go in. Probably should have just started on the other side, but oh well. That's a lot better. Yeah, okay. So with the burr cleared, the screws actually will fit. No problem. So there's the other side with the manifold. So we got our two pieces here. Now we're going to start attaching these back to the base. So the one with the filters on it goes on the side that also has the starter on it. Again, not a lot of landmarks, but the picture shows the back of the screws, so that's our clue. And there are some pins to help locate and hold this all in place, so that's not too bad. We switch over to the DM screws because this is metal into metal. And again, we're going to need a few of them. I think there's going to be 6 used total, 2 for each piece. Get that started, and make sure I can get the other one started. And because these are metal, we're going to have to run them back and forth a little bit to make sure everything's clear. Okay, so engine's starting to look solid. I'm going to tighten these down a little bit more actually, but starting to get there. Still hollow on the back and the sides. As always, the trick is tightening these down without stripping the screw heads, breaking anything off, but that's much better. Starting to look like an engine block. We're going to do the other side next. Same process, pins are going to fit in to secure everything. Okay, so that's the other side, still empty there. There, starting to look like an engine block. We've got one more piece this week, and that is the end of the engine. Next week we will have the top and some of the other bits. So this just slips in. Does not get secured with the pins like the other bit did, so it's a little bit more balancing, but it does have some edges that fit in place to limit it. My screwdriver is almost too wide to fit in this space. And while it is extendable, the part that's too wide extends with the rest of it, so that won't help us. Okay, we got the 2 started. Just gonna crank them in. Okay, we got that end attached. That's the fancy looking side. A little bit more basic, bottom, but the top is still hollow. So that will be next week's assembly. That's what your finished assembly should look like, which is where we're at. So that's it for this build. As always, doing the Back to the Future DeLorean on Saturdays, and if I get parts back in at some point, we will restart the assembly of the Ghostbusters Ecto-1 for Wednesdays. If you like what you see, please keep watching. You can click the cat to subscribe or either playlist there to check out what you might have missed. Have a good one, guys.